This was a good idea, Pat.
Wow, this is amazing.
I'm happy to give you full credit for this, you know.
This is great.
This was the best. I can't believe we came all the way from St. Catharines like this.
Jeez, and we get to see the vines, then we get to drink their bountiful fruits.
Flat Rock Cellars sign, dead ahead.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. The flattest rock of them all, and we
In the
disembark.
vineyard. In the vineyard with
Jeez,
the Segway.
I'm gonna sell my truck. This is way better, and
This
only
is-
half the wheels.
This is amazing.
Can you help me get my helmet off again? Thank you. And where's my walking helmet?
So you ready to do this?
Yes. Should we bring Ed a gift? Flat
Bring
rock?
him a flat rock.
Perfect.
I think he'd like a flat rock.
And then hopefully we'll get some wine in return.
I think he'll give us lots of wine.
I don't know if it's the trade and barter system here, but
Ed!
That's okay, guys. I got them.
You know, he is flat rock. He doesn't need another flat rock.
oh,
That was kind of a
Well-
stupid idea.
yeah, okay.
We'll get him something else. We'll get him a bottle of wine.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hey, Ralph, Pat, welcome to Flat Rock Cellars. I'll be right up.
This is wild. This is a really cool building.
Well, thanks a lot. Great to see you guys. Welcome.
This is your domain.
This is my domain. Yeah, my hexagon.
Yeah, what is the... it's got 6 sides. Why?
I wanted a round building. My architect said they're twice as expensive as buildings with straight walls, so I went with 6-sided.
Yeah, it works.
Got the same effect, and really, from our perspective, you'll see it's a gravity flow winery that allows us to move the wine very gently from the top of the winery down to the bottom.
And it's very different than anything I've seen before.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
Is be a little bit different. We're really excited to share it with you, to get you guys to see exactly how we make some great wines.
Well, and your reputation precedes you a little bit. People did say that you were a little bit different.
Well, I am a little bit wacky, maybe a little bit, but it should be fun. You know, one of the things for wine is we are not pretentious. We're not like the French or the Italian.
I'm Italian.
Did I offend?
I know I come off as pretentious. People say, oh, wow, he's so well dressed. He's so well spoken. It's,
Nobody said that. That's not what preceded
A lot of people say it.
No. Really?
I say 99.96%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That
your
was
friend,
pretentious.
right? Yeah. And sometimes as Canadians, we think the only thing we do well is play hockey.
Which is true.
Which is true. We
Drink
do play
coffee,
eat
eat
well, no, I don't know
donuts.
about coffee, but we drink lots of coffee and donuts. But you know, people don't realize how special this region is, right? It is a spectacular region for making wine. And I know it's hard to believe as a Canadian that, you know, we always think everywhere else in the world must be better than us. But
Well, this is the genesis of the show. We work a lot out of the country. We work a lot out of Niagara. And people are now saying, oh, you live in wine country. You must know a lot about wine. And the opposite is true. We know nothing about wine, so we're here to bone up on our wine knowledge.
Which is great, because I think what's happening here in Ontario and in Canada is we're building a wine culture, right? The more people that get exposed to wine, the more they learn about it, the more they get educated about it, we build this amazing culture around wine, and it's really exciting to share it with you guys.
Getting here, I mean, I didn't know what a Pinot was.
Pinot Noir is a grape variety, and it's one of the things that we'll talk about today for sure.
Let's start from the ground up.
Well,
And
if we're going to start from the ground up, that means we got to get out to the vineyard.
Let's do that.
Let's head out to the vineyard. Awesome.
yeah,
All
let's
right.
do these Pinots.
Pinot Noir vineyard.
This is beautiful, and it drops a lot.
Yeah, one of the important things when it comes to wine is you want it on a slope, because we actually want to stress the vines, get rid of the water, because it concentrates the fruit flavors, right? So the faster we can get rid of water, the better it is for us.
So this is a peanut grove.
Yes, this is our Pinot Noir vineyard. We're right in the heart of it.
I can
So-
feel the heartbeat.
I know, these are massive leaves. And what makes Pinot different than some of the other varieties?
Pinot, I'll say, is one of the most challenging varieties to make, which is a good and a bad thing. You end up, from my perspective, with some of the best wine in the world with Pinot Noir, but because it's a little bit thinner skinned, it's always a challenge out in the vineyard.
My cousin Giuseppe Maria Cottarella in Tuscany should be jealous of the Pinot we make here.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. We've got a really special place here, and it's unlike anywhere else in the world, obviously. And one of the things as Canadians, we always think somewhere else is better. But remember, I promised you I'd explain to you. I promised you I'd explain why this is such a great place to grow grapes, right? There are two things that make great wine. One is soil, and the other is climate. So soil's the easy one. You go to Burgundy, they talk about limestone. You go to Bordeaux, they talk about limestone.
They won't shut up about it.
No, they don't. It's unbelievable. We are sitting right on the Niagara escarpment, 300 feet deep of limestone that was created 400 million years ago, and it is some of the best soil in the world, and there's limestone everywhere along throughout this vineyard.
So what is it about limestone that grapes like so much?
So one, it gives great flavor. And two, because it's layered and has all cracks, it forces the roots to go down far, searching for water. Remember, we talk about the stress on the vines. We want to stress these vines so they get more concentrated fruit flavors, and that's what limestone gives us.
Really?
The harder the plants work, the better the
fruit is. Absolutely. The harder the plants work, the more stress they have, the more they work, and the more concentration you get in the flavor. The other side of the coin is climate, right? We are in Canada, and we think it's the Great White North, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's freezing. And that really isn't true, right? When we look at the temperature, the average monthly temperature, for example, we're during the growing season from April to October, we're warmer than Burgundy, we're warmer than Bordeaux, right?
Really?
And if we measure it in growing degree days, which encapsulates sunlight and other things, we have more growing degree days than Napa Valley.
Really?
And that's not me saying it, that's the science, right?
You said it too, but you got it from the science.
But it is this. I did actually say it, but it is the science. It is the science. And so you combine this amazing climate with this amazing soil. This is one of the best places in the world to grow grapes. It truly is.
So why are we just getting into it? I mean,
it is one of those things where I think preconceived notions about an area or something, and you don't really look at the science and you think somewhere else is my only explanation. You know, when you look at, I'll say, the science behind this place, it is spectacular for growing grapes. And from my perspective, all you need to do is taste it, and we're going to do that soon.
yeah, I want to do that for sure.
Yeah, let's do that too.
Once we do that, you'll see what I mean by this is a special place.
So there's so much limestone. Why not limestone cellars?
Yeah, limestone cellars.
We probably thought of a whole bunch of different names, but I wanted the name to reflect the place. I believe wine comes from the place. We talk about the soil and the climate. When we did the under drainage for the rows in the vineyard, we pulled up a whole bunch of flat rocks. So for me, it represented the place that our grapes and our wine comes from, hence Flat Rock Cellars.
Flat Rock Cellars, that makes sense.
But you didn't come up with that at first. You probably had maybe shovel dirt cellars or...
There was probably a bunch of different names. It's not one of those easy things to come up with a name for a winery. It was actually a lot harder than you'd think. So,
well, Flat Rock has a nice ring to it, and I like the fact that now that I know about the limestone, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really wanted it to reflect where the wine comes from.
So you pick the grapes, you squeeze them into a bottle, you cork it, you let it sit for a while.
Oh yeah, it's that simple. That's exactly how it happens.
Well, what happens?
Well, we do pick the grapes, and we do everything here by hand. So we literally, with a pair of clippers, one bunch at a time, we pick those grapes, we put them into a basket, load it on the back of a tractor. The tractor goes up to the winery. We start up at the top of the winery, and then we go through the process.
Well, let's take a look at that. I'm curious to see how it works.
Absolutely.
Let's go back inside?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
To the Cubby Cave!
Oh, sure. Terroir is a French term that loosely translates to sense of place. The notion is that wines have a distinct flavor based on where the grapes are grown. Factors such as climate, soil, slope, and variety all impact how the grapes grow and ultimately contribute to the taste of the wine. Ontario's Niagara Peninsula is no different and has a very unique terroir. The soils in Niagara are quite diverse and impact the amount of water and nutrients affecting the plant's growth and fruit quality. Lake Ontario provides a cooling effect in the summer months and warming effect in the winter, helping to protect the vines from extreme cold temperatures. The Niagara escarpment is a prominent geological feature that allows the air to circulate within the peninsula. It also has diverse topography with gentle slopes, allowing grapes to mature differently compared to vines close to the lake. So get out and taste wines from across the region and explore Niagara's terroir.
Hi there, Pat from CorkScrewed TV. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching our program. We really appreciate your viewership as we put a lot of work into it, and we learned a lot. We drank a lot, we ate a lot. But if you want to see more, subscribe to our YouTube channel right down here, CorkScrewed TV. Make sure you hit the notification button so that you are the first to know when stuff comes out, and please share on social media.
All right, this looks amazing. We're gonna taste the fruits of your labor, but holy, Ed.
This is the view. I get to stare at it every day. It's awesome. You know, it's amazing for us to be an hour away from Toronto, probably, as the crow flies, maybe 40 kilometers, and it's beautiful. It's great.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Do they know? Do they know about this?
No, I mean, some days it feels like they don't know how special it is down here. Like, it's, you know, they're so close, yet sometimes it feels so far. It's just an amazing, yeah, which is great, right?
Speaking of good views, this.
Yeah, let's, you know, we've taken you through a little bit, been out in the vineyard, talked a lot about it, but the best part of it is with tasting the wine.
But we have to prove what you said, because you said a lot, and it was great.
No, now it's going to be, yeah, so we, with all that hard work, every year we make 2 Pinot Noirs. And the goal, obviously, is to do all those great things we talked about in the vineyard and make 2 absolutely amazing wines.
So what are you going to do after these 2 are done?
Yeah, that seems like a lot of work for 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah, true.
Jeez.
Every year we make our Estate Pino Noir and what we call our Gravity Pinot Noir. And we joke around a little bit. It's called Gravity because of the gravity flow process, but the seriousness with which we make our Pinot Noir.
You're very serious.
Very
person.
serious,
Finding
very
that out.
serious. So we'll start with our Estate Pinot Noir. When we bring those grapes in and we make the wine, we end up with a whole bunch of barrels. The fun part of my job is in the middle of summer, we taste through all those barrels and we figure out which ones are going to make our Estate Pinot Noir and which ones are going to make our Gravity Pinot Noir. So the first one, the one on the right, is our Estate Pinot Noir. It's meant to be.
Do that. When I do it, oh wait! Ah!
There you go. Easier if you do it on the table.
What state is it from?
No states. We don't have states here. It comes right from the land that you see right there.
That land yonder.
Yes, that land, the land right in front of us. The winery is right in the middle of the vineyard, right? And so these grapes are where we were standing and what we were talking about. And this is our Estate Pino Noir. The difference between the 2 wines is barrel selection. So with our Estate, we're trying to make a rounder, softer, more approachable wine when young. And then the Gravity is meant to be a little bit more structured, a little bit more intense, I'll say.
This is the Gravity?
The first one on the right is going to be the Estate, and the second one is going to be the Gravity.
They look exactly the same. I think I mixed them up.
No, that's all right.
This is Gravity.
And that's
This is Estate. And they are remarkably similar.
Yep.
Which one are we drinking first?
So start with the Estate.
The red one on the right.
Yeah, the softer. You got the whole slurp it in when you're doing it, right?
It's almost like a first
It's not rude. It's not rude.
No, I thought it was stuffy.
Yeah, it is. See, that's it. That's what you're supposed to do, right? It's not quite that much.
Okay. Right. Enough.
Oh, wow.
That must be the Italian way to do it.
That's very
That's it from
delicious.
his owner.
But that whole slurping is not rude and it's not bad. It actually intensifies the experience of the wine, right? Because it sucks all of the flavors up into your nose and it gives you a much more intense experience.
It still feels like I'm drinking after that.
Well, that's the length, right? That's to me a quality cue, right? When you have a wine that you taste and you taste it half a minute after you've already tasted it, that is, for me, is a quality cue. Oh. The tongue is this. This tongue is this. It's all right. We knew that was happening.
Bring him with, but I don't know why.
So that's wrong.
That would be wrong.
It's very wrong.
Okay.
No, I would say nothing is wrong.
Nothing's out of
just
bounds.
might be a little bit inappropriate.
Cliché.
Let's say, yes, a little bit uncouth. They've actually proven Pinot Noir has more flavor compounds than any other grape variety. So it's actually more complex. It's a ton of flavor.
There's a ton going on.
Yeah, there's a ton going on.
And especially when you...
Yeah, and you get fruit, you get the oak characteristics, you get this earthiness to it, and it is unbelievably complex. It's why people fall in love with Pinot Noir, but it's never ever blended, because every time you try to blend it with another variety, it takes away from that amazing complexity that is Pinot Noir, and it's what makes Pinot Noir so special.
Is it too early for me to jump into the second? I want to see how it compares.
Same grapes, same place, same harvest, just different barrels, different batches, different
is good?
Different is great.
Check it out. You guys missed it.
Oh, you're still struggling with it.
Okay.
And the reason why you swirl it around is to get that big aroma and bouquet out of the wine, right?
Subtly different.
A little bit fuzzier on your tongue, right? A little bit more tannins, a little bit more structure.
I like this one better.
It's not better or worse, right? That's the great thing about wine.
But now I forgot which one I like better. Which I know it's the one on the left. Which is the first one you poured?
It's the red one.
That's the gravity.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a little bit more structured, a little bit more intense. I'll say a little bit more masculine wine. The other one,
why I like
the
it.
other one is much more feminine.
It's just a nuanced difference.
Just a slight nuance difference.
And is that related to where in the vineyard
Part of it
they
is
are?
where, right? So there's the bottom part of the vineyard is warmer than the top part of the vineyard, so we get different characteristics. There's different soil, so we get different characteristics from the different
Really?
soil. It's, you know, you look at the vineyard and think, I'm going to get all the same grapes
Yeah.
from the same thing. You can walk 3 feet and you walk into completely different soil.
It's per plant.
We pick in little batches and we keep them all separate, and then they go into barrel, and then we'll end up with 250 different Pinot Noirs.
Wow.
Right? And then we blend those 250 together to create a Pinot Noir that's greater than the sum of all those individual parts.
There's no I in team.
They all work
But there is a
together,
me, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
There is a
absolutely.
me. So I want to start talking about this with some food.
You have
Great.
food?
Absolutely, we have food. And you know, today we've tried to dispel a couple myths. The myth of Canadian wine, the myth of Pinot Noir, but let's dispel the myth of fish and white wine always.
You have to.
That you have to.
You need fish and white wine. How about we go upstairs and we try and figure out if that myth is true or not?
There's
I'm
more.
with you.
There's
I'm
more
with you.
stairs.
For you, unfortunately, you're gonna have to exercise a little bit more. We're gonna go up and get an even better view.
Let's go upstairs.
We're not gonna bring these, or
Get here and you guys are hungry. So we got a little bit of slow cooked salmon here, some local cherries. It's the first of the season. Some candy cane beets, and as well as these really cool pink oyster mushrooms from a friend of ours at Niagara Fresh Mushrooms. They come up a little bit golden. You got mushrooms for the earthiness of the Pinot Noir. You got beets for the minerality, cherries for the fruit, and that's how we kind of play with it. So that way we can take, instead of a white wine, into the red. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome, thanks, chef.
Hey,
That's
no
great.
problem, man.
it's like
Thanks,
there's
man.
a million things playing together here.
What's amazing about the things that are playing together here is those all also play inside the glass of Pinot Noir. We talk about the complexity of Pinot Noir, and you take it, you hear the term mushroom with Pinot Noir, you hear the term beets with Pinot Noir, you definitely hear the term cherry with Pinot Noir. And what is amazing when we talk about fish, the richness and the intense flavor that salmon has pairs unbelievably beautiful with the Pinot Noir.
It was so simple. Fish, white.
Yeah.
Are we making it more complicated or are we making it less complicated?
I almost think that restricts you. I think what we are saying and what's happening now is it's opening the doors to having a taste explosion where there are no rules and you make up them for yourself.
I'm gonna open this door and put some.
Let's see how it tastes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Cheers. Enjoy.
Oh, thank goodness we don't have to share with him.
This is, I would never even think to put cherries.
Well, you've tried the fish. Give the wine a sip and see what happens.
It brings it alive.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where you think, I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But then you try it and you're like, why haven't I been doing this for years?
So if we back it up a little bit, got rid of some of the earthier tones, we could also pair this with a white.
I can help
Absolutely.
you get rid of it if you want.
No, I wasn't saying get rid of it like that.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm sure, Pat.
You certainly, and for me, the white, funnily enough, would probably be Chardonnay, because with salmon, you have this rich, really rich flavor and oiliness of the fish.
It's kind of like you got your main singer here, and then you have this, and it's like your 3 backup singers. It's a beautiful.
That is what wine and food pairing is all about, is how do you make not just the food sing, but the wine and food come together to make a beautiful orchestra. Absolutely.
So, have you ever paired a wine with a food and it's gone horribly wrong? I mean, as horribly wrong as that can go.
That's why there is food and wine pairing. Some things work, some things don't work. And it's I'll say the fun part about it is exploring and figuring out what are the things that really sing and figuring out, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing that, right?
But I shouldn't feel bad about that.
No,
That's
you
part
should.
of the journey.
That's part of the fun, right? And when you make a mistake, and it's not really a mistake, it's you learn from it, right?
Yeah, I mean-
And so trying to navigate your way through, if you like steak, try a wine with it and see if it works. If it doesn't, try another wine. That's the joy of it.
If you could give your one rule of thumb.
I think for me, the biggest thing is thinking about acidity, right? And so if you have a very acidic wine, then you want more acidity in the dish. So citrus, lemon or something, right? A squirt of lemon over this will make Riesling sing.
Really?
With this dish, absolutely, yeah.
What kind of voice would it have?
That one might be a bit of a soprano. Yeah, that one's a little bit higher, right?
Yeah.
Not that kind of soprano. Not
Fish, what are we doing? It's not Sunday.
not that soprano.
Oh.
Cheers.
Guys, this has been very informative. Thank you. Look at this. Pinot.
Oh, rock.
Gravity.
Here's the rock he was talking about.
Yeah. That's the Flat Rock. Hey, Ed.
Hey.
Thank you.
No, thank you guys for coming.
Ed, thanks a ton. We learned so much today. That was fantastic.
Ralph, awesome. My pleasure. So glad you enjoyed yourself.
And I'm grabbing a couple of bottles of Pinot that we had and a Chardonnay. So what do I owe you?
You don't owe me anything. It's my pleasure. Please take
That's
it.
over and above.
Oh,
You're
no,
too
my
kind.
pleasure. Absolutely.
Can I have this rock too? It's awesome. Flat rock?
That's a 450 million year old cephalopod. It's kind of priceless.
I could put it back.
Sorry, Ed. I can pay for the wine. Hey, it's Ralph from CorkScrewed, and you're watching. It means so much to us. We really appreciate it. We worked really hard on these episodes. If you'd be kind enough to subscribe and to like, it would mean the world to us. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you're learning something, and we hope you're laughing a little bit. Thanks. Now let's get on to the next episode.